Yep, and tab, got it button.
Untitled presentation dash Google Slides dash edge theme complementary region simple light radio button not checked 1 of 23 use virtual PC cursor off.
And as you heard, you are in your themes now, and you start out with simple light. But let me back up.
You said you didn't like simple light, right? That it was
like, yeah, and you actually don't even need to do themes anymore because we have become very, very sophisticated. Google Slides has the option. It's called Explore. In Office 365 and PowerPoint, it's called Design Feature. The difference in Google Slides is it actually tells you the design of it.
I think when we went to that, like the design idea in Office, it was just like saying design idea every time.
Yeah,
right?
Design idea 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And I mean, what we do know about the design feature in PowerPoint is any one of them are good, but it's kind of nice to hear, you know, kind of what design you're going with. But let me first put in the command that we started with. I had you hit your start key, type in www.slides.new, and it opened in Edge. The nice thing about Edge is it is the fastest browser. And if you're regularly using Google and you've got, I don't know, 15, 20 tabs open, that's a lot of RAM usage. And of course, that slows down your computer. If you open your task manager, and you're going to do this on your own, and you actually went to, I think it's called devices or whatever.
Details or something?
Yeah, details. And you hit C, you're going to hear like 10, 15 Chromes.
Chrome.exe.
Yeah, because I've done that before with you, and you saw how many there were. So Chrome is kind of a RAM hog. Firefox a little bit worse, but we always have to have 3 browsers based on what we
So
need.
Edge is not really as much of a RAM hog.
It is not. It's actually the fastest browser because what it does is it automatically puts to sleep everything. Even when you download, it automatically removes the download as soon as you're done, and you go to your downloads folder. So it's absolutely the most efficient browser right now. We have to say right now because, as we know, technology just changes so fast. But it's a Microsoft product, so they're always trying to, you know, really keep up on things. Okay, so let's go over the layout of your slides. We know you have your film strip. It is nice to know your directions of what you need. Well, I don't know. It might not be that important. It is in PowerPoint because you have to know whether you want to hit F6 or Shift F6. So it's a little bit different in slides. Your film strip, tell me the command.
Alt Control Shift F.
Yeah, that's your film strip. The advantage of that is when your teacher sends you a whole bunch of slides, all you have to do is up and down arrow, which is really nice. Because if you're
page up and page down.
Right. So let's talk about a canvas. How do we get back to our canvas?
Escape twice, I think.
No, it's all Control Alt Shift, and you just have to know what letter to do. Okay.
Would it be C?
Yes. And then speaker notes. Guess what that is?
S.
Yes. So that's what's really nice about that. And Explore is also Control Alt Shift.
Isn't it like I or something?
Yeah, the thing with that is sometimes we'll do it and it just is being really, really picky. It doesn't matter because we also know we can always Alt/ and force anything open. And I'm going to tell you Alt/ is going to be faster than going to your menus for many, many items. Let's say you need to do a paper in Google Docs. Alt/, type in TIM, it'll immediately populate Times New Roman. If you do Alt/ and type in 12 font, will immediately populate. So Alt/ is truly going to be your absolute fastest way to do anything. And especially if you're not remembering the command. You know, you don't have to look it up because Alt/ is always there. Now, when you first open slides, you do hear themes. And you could pick a theme, but your theme colors are automatically going to change based on the pictures you insert and what you type. So I've been lately telling kids, just close your themes and go to Canvas. So
if you close the themes, what theme does it come out like when it's blank?
It's just black on white, and it is boring and it is ugly. So you will.
So it's like the same as Simple Light.
It is Simple Light. Simple Light is black on white, and it's plain, boring. Now, if you wanted to actually pick a color, but I'm going to tell you the colors will change. But you can have a basic background But where we had to always go into themes in order to give it a nice background, we don't anymore. Technology has just so massively changed the last few months. And math, as you know, with Professor Betsy, has changed even more. And we've even found even some more cooler tricks. I hope you're on my YouTube channel because I just uploaded how to do multi-line math. But Professor Betsy will teach you that next week.
Inside the editor?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I just uploaded a YouTube so you can quickly find it. And of course, we're talking, it's like, there's a faster way to get rid of those commas because you have to separate it out with commas. But it gives you the ability to read as many lines math as you want to before you hit enter and enter it into your whole document. And then you just hit enter on each comma to separate it out. Anyway, your Professor Betsy will hit that, but we've been having a lot of fun over break on that. So I'm going to give you the option. Do you want to pick a theme or do you just want to shift tab to close button?
Maybe I'll do close button. If you press escape, will that close or not?
Escape will pop you back into the canvas. Your theme navigation pane will still be open, but it doesn't really negatively affect anything like it does in PowerPoint. You end up bumping into it all the time, and we always want to control space and C to close. So it's not really a huge hiccup. So you can just hit escape out and get out also.
If I press control space and C in here, will that close it?
You know what? I have never tried it. Let's try it.
I don't think it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does because it's Google stuff.
Yeah, just hit escape and get out. But you know what? Thanks. Excellent. Okay, so let's just keep this nice and simple. Let's go ahead and tab in, and you can put any title that you want. Tab to your first placeholder.
Preview horizontal text box. 1 of 2. To move through or expand items, use the arrow keys, period.
Oh, they call it a list box now. Oh, it's hilarious. They keep changing the words on that, so it just makes me laugh every time.
Sometimes this is application control all the time, and it's weird. Usually it doesn't, and that's good.
Yeah, so it sounds like they've just kind of changed the words a little bit on here, and it only takes a few days, and the words change.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's different when you turn on like Braille support. Braille support on, I think. It used to be silent when you tab through it, but now it looks like they
Oh no, we had updates. Oh, things have all changed since our updates. Oh yeah, totally. But what we do want to know about our title slide is you have a title placeholder. Placeholder really is kind of a nicer word than anything that they've actually used because it's a holder of information that you can have options.
It can hold text or images. It doesn't have to hold text.
Right. But what you have to know is you've got 2 of them, and it told you you've got 2 of them, 1 of 2. So that means you want to put a title in one, and then of course get escape out, and then tab to your subtitle. So hit escape twice, and then tab to your title again.
Escape virtual PC cursor. Document content edit contains text type and text period.
Okay.
Unicode.
I thought you were going to give me pi or something. That would have been really good. Okay, hit escape, and we're going to put an image. So what does 25A1 have to do?
I think it's a Unicode for like a white square.
A unit of white square. Okay. Okay, you're going to actually do an image of a square. We don't want to do a white square because that's going to be kind of boring.
That's not visible, is it? Because the background's white.
Well, we probably could find a white square, and then when we go to the Explore, the design feature, it probably will do it correctly. Let's find out. Woohoo! Let's go to enter.
Is it Alt I
and
then T?
I. No. I.
Mm-hmm.
Down to search the web. Slow down. Down arrow. And now stop. So you think Alt I S. Okay?
Yeah.
Enter. You got it. Enter.
Menus, complementary region, frame, Google image search dialog, search region.
White square outline. I would do white square outline so it's going to at least give you a black outline.
White. Square. Outline. Enter. One pick. Frame. Loading. Google image search dialog. Tab panel. Images. Grid.
Yep.
White. Square. .svg dash. Wikimedia. Commons. 1 of 45. To move to an item, press the arrow keys, period.
Let's go down arrow. It has a bigger, darker background.
To move to an item, press the arrow keys, period. Loading.
Let's hit enter on it. Spacebar.
Space.
And tab to insert.
Images, grid, list box, basic, square, outline, free, stock, preview, image button.
No. Okay, no. Oh, it escaped.
This is how you use the arrow keys or tab keys.
Okay, hold on. Tab into your squares again.
Close, paper, Google, image, search.
Tab again.
Tab panel, images,
Right
grid,
there.
list, basic, square, outline, free, stock, photo, dash, public, domain, pictures, free of images,
Yes.
arrow keys, period.
What you want. But you have to hit spacebar to
Space
select
selected.
it. And you tab to insert.
Image button to activate. Clear, selection button to activate. Insert, one item button to activate.
Perfect.
Enter, period.
Enter.
Enter is space. Yep.
Negative image ellipsis. Frame. Document. Content edit multi-line read only. Preview horizontal. 25. One text box. 1 of 2. To move through expand items use the arrow keys. Period. Preview horizontal.
Now,
Arrow keys.
go to explore and arrange this. Let's see if your Alt Control Shift I is going to work.
Alt Control Shift I. Explore.
Woohoo! Yep. Tab in 4 times.
Explore. Close. Explore. Search. Your layouts.
And I think you have to tab one more time. I heard layout. There you go.
Left. Align comma. Inside right green rectangle. Period. Image. On left. Period. Button to activate. Press space bar. Period.
Isn't that great? It tells you exactly what it is. That one looks great. You can down arrow to something else. There's a lot of options there.
Multi-line read only. Type in text. Period. Applied layout.
Oh, Control Shift.
Yeah, you can just go right back there and choose another one.
Close. Search. Layouts. Layouts. Explore.
Layouts. You're going too fast. Tab one more time.
Layouts. Grid. Title and subtitle. Colon. Left. Align comma. Inside right green rectangle. Period. Image. On left. Period. Title and subtitle.
There you
Colon.
go.
Left. Align comma. Free horizontal line design element. Period. Image. On right. Period. Button to activate. Press
That's
space
a
bar. Period.
design element.
Yeah.
It's just like,
So the design element is 3 white lines underneath your title. And what's nice about this is it tells you it's 50-50. And so half of it is going to be your title, with your title and your name. And the other half is your white square. So it looks really cool. The first one looked great also. But when you have a design element, it does add a little more features to it. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it did tell you actually 3 horizontal line design element.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's so great about this. I mean,
Did they add that to 365? Yeah, I'm not aware that they did. But
no. We are still waiting for that. So where PowerPoint used to be my absolute want to go to, because of course it had that design feature. But Google, oh my gosh, this is just so phenomenal. It's just become really, really cool. Yeah.
Does PowerPoint know about this?
I'm sure they do. Everybody's in competition. But their accessibility people need to pick it up. I'm not sure how many people are doing PowerPoint. Maybe we need to write emails to them. So anyway, we have a lot to learn. So why don't we hit enter on this one? I'm going to help you choose because we have so many things to learn.
Document. Content edit multi-line read only. Type in text. Period. Rail.
That looks so freaking cool. Okay, add a new slide. Please tell me the command for it, especially if we're going to upload this.
Slide. 2 comma. Title and body. 2 of 2. To move through expand items use the arrow keys. Period. Insert slide index 2 with layout title and body.
Good old Control M. We need more. Beautiful. Okay, so the default, let's say we actually wanted to change the layout, but we don't really care a whole lot about layouts when we use our Explore feature because it changes everything automatically for you. I do want you to hit your applications key just so you can see this feature and other people know this feature.
Wait, what applications key? I forgot. We didn't map that last time, right?
Oh, we didn't map it. We'll do that next time. When do I see you next? Okay. Yeah, I see you Thursday. Okay, text me to remind me we're gonna map it on Thursday.
Shift F10, context menu to navigate, press up or down arrow period. Cut, Control plus X, 1 of 14.
Yeah, okay, down arrow just so you can hear your options.
Control plus C, 2 of 14. Paste, Control plus V, 3 of 14. Paste without formatting, Control plus Shift plus
we love that one.
1 of 14. Paste, delete, 5 of 14.
Now stop right here. I'm going to tell you, you could go into your applications key and delete, but it's far faster to go to your film strip, find the slide you want to get rid of, and just hit your delete key. That's it, and it's gone.
That's a lot of things with the applications key. It's like, in my opinion, good applications menus, like, they have commands that you can do so that next time you don't have to use the applications menu. You can just use it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to down arrow one time, and let's say you have a theme that you absolutely love. You can just keep duplicating it. Okay, make note of the duplicate slide. If you have a background feature that you absolutely love, and then you can just change the content in each slide. So just keep that in mind.
Or like if it's like numerical thing. You put a bunch of formatting, and you can just change the text.
Yep. Okay, down arrow.
Change background 9 of 14.
Okay, once again, we used to have to use that a lot. You can change all, the gradient and the color and everything else. So
so that like the pictures are visible and they're not like invisible because they're the same color as the background and whatever.
Well, Explorer will change that for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But maybe maybe you're doing something on a college project and you want to pick the college colors. Well, that's going to be where you want to go to your change background and choose, college colors, or maybe there's something very specific about that. What's nice about change background is it tells you every color just perfectly, but down arrow is the big one.
I'm guessing PowerPoint has change background somewhere too, right?
It's the applications key, down arrow, background change.
Apply layout, black right pointer submenu 10 of 14.
Okay, the apply layout. Okay, enter on that.
Enter main point unknown.
Okay, don't you love that? Main point unknown. Okay, left arrow and let's listen.
1 column text.
1 column text, and then up arrow.
Title and body selected.
There you go. Title and body. That is the default when you do Control M.
Although sometimes title and 2 content is good, right? Because then.
Yeah, it is. And so these are all the ones that you're going to use most often are at the top. So I want you to left arrow just so you can hear what's here.
Section header.
Again?
The section header. Is that just like a slide like that is not as much informational, but just like tells you that it's the next section?
Yeah, so like let's say you're doing a presentation on apples or fruit, so the main title is fruit, and the first section or the next section is going to be on apples. So kinds of apples. That's all you're going to put on that, and the next slide is and then you're going to go through all the different.
So basically, it's just one text box.
Yep.
Mostly.
Yep, just one text. It can look really cool setting up, the next plan for the next slides. Anyway, left arrow.
Title slide.
So this is the 3 by, I don't know, I think it's 15 grid or 4 grid. Anyway, you'll find out later. But the main slides are down arrow, and you'll hear.
Title and 2 columns.
So title and 2 columns. Title slide we only use once. Title and body is another big one. But you have a lot of options here. But remember, your Explorer will rearrange everything for you.
The Explorer will even change the text box.
It will. Yeah, it changes the whole layout.
So you don't have to go into size and position as much then. Right?
You do not. Yeah, and I think I taught you that. How you have to go and you kind of have to do the math and the X.
Change the Y and the X.
Yeah, don't have to do any of that anymore. Now, if you have just bullet points and truly your title and 1 content will take care of it. Because when you insert pictures, you already know they insert directly in the middle of your slide, and that's kind of just problematic. So, yeah, but it's not with Explorer. It rearranges everything. So this is just FYI, for your information. And so you've got a lot of options here, but Explorer, we always want to use Explorer because it will arrange everything just absolutely beautifully. If you can continue to down arrow, you're going to see transitions and everything, but we don't use a lot of transitions right now because.
Point transitions?
Yeah, so you can have your slides flip and turn and do all sorts of
the transitions. Like I know sometimes they kind of like say the description, but like you don't exactly know what, like they don't give a more in-depth description on like what the transition is, right?
Yeah, once we do this slide.
When is it appropriate to use transitions? Like, because you don't want them to be too distracting, right? Like.
Right. So like in a kiosk or something, maybe you set up a presentation and, like a science fair or a kiosk. So your computer would be set up and it automatically would flip through the sides. You do want something that looks kind of cool. Transitions will automatically change your slides for you. And you can make it look anywhere.
Oh, so you like put it in present mode and then have it like loop through the slides.
Right. But when you're presenting in the front of your classroom, you want transitions also, but you would control it 1 slide at a time based on you just hitting spacebar. So you would talk about your first slide, you'd hit spacebar, but the slide could still have a transition.
So in Google Slides, you can also hit spacebar when you put it in present.
Yeah, spacebar or page down. I think enter also works. There's several options to move
Because
it.
it becomes kind of like a JAWS. You can kind of read it using reading commands, right? Like it's sort of like HTML or something.
You can put it into an HTML mode. Yeah, you can put it into an HTML mode, but the present mode is just a little bit different, and we will get to that also. But right now, go ahead and hit escape because we want to insert some beautiful pictures.
Menus, frame, document, content edit, multi-line, read only, preview horizontal, slide, 2, title, and body, 2 of 2, to move through, expand items, use 0 keys, period.
Let's tab to your title. Give me another title off this. Well, you can do off the same theme or whatever else you want.
Expand items, use 0 keys, period.
You can mix it up if you want. What would you like to do here?
See, we could do.
Pick your favorite food.
Okay. Let's just do.
Document, content edit, multi-line, text, period.
Title case. Yep. Always title case. Beautiful. And hit escape. Try to get out.
The nice thing about titles is you can just type on the text box and you don't have to hit enter first. It should go into the.
Right. But also, you don't have to use your arrow keys with your braille display. You can just route your cursor and put a .6 there.
Yeah.
Is your braille display connected, young man?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So we're not even going to, we already know you know how to type out something. I want you to insert an image. What kind of soup do you want to put in here? Tomato, potato, what?
I guess you could do
chicken noodle.
Menu, insert.
You could try to do tomato.
Leave menus, complementary region.
Nice, like,
Okay.
it might look weird.
Erase. You got to erase.
Search for images, edit combo expanded. Soup text box. Set of L N text N I L T U O.
Wait.
Space E R A U Q S.
Is it autofill?
Search for images. Selected white.
No. That's your last search. You can also do a Control A, just so you know.
Wait, is it automatically selected, or is this one of the things where it's not automatically selected? You have to.
It is not. When you go into your images, it's your cursor, and you can feel that in your braille display. It's at the very end, and you can see on your braille display it's also not selected.
Like there's no .7 and 8 under everything.
Correct. Yeah. So you can do a Control A though and immediately get out. Okay. What kind of soup do we want here?
I guess you could try search for tomato.
Okay.
So, do you need to use title case in the search?
Tomato.
No, you do not.
Soup. Enter. One pic. Frame. Google image search dialog. Tab panel. Images. Grid. List box. File. Cream of tomato soup.jpg dash. Wikimedia. Comments.
This is cream of tomato soup. Like comes in a can or something, right?
They're all kind of cream of tomato. And when you do a good search, first one is always perfect. So spacebar.
Space selected.
And tab to insert.
Is there a shortcut for insert?
There is not.
Activate presenter period.
But you only have to tab like 2 or 3 times.
Horizontal. Free to move through. Expand items. Use 0 keys. Period. Insert image document region. Period.
Off to explore, and let's make this look beautiful.
Alt Control Shift I. Explore.
Tab 4 times.
Close. Search. Your box into web edit. Layouts. Grid. Title and body colon. Left. Align period. Full. Dash lead image background period. Button to activate. Press spacebar period.
Bleed image background.
Excellent question. So full bleed means the picture fills the whole slide.
Including the title?
Hold on, let me finish. So it's the title, it says title and body is left aligned. And so when you have a full bleed, you can see the whole picture. But the title is a white box with black text over it. And I am going to tell you, you do need to tab to your extra body placeholder and get rid of it. And I highly suggest you do that before you go into explore mode because it adds that empty placeholder in there. Okay?
Yeah, I know some, I actually don't like when there's so many empty placeholders in there because I know some people just like cover them with background, but the screen reader still sees them, so
it does.
end up having a huge amount.
Yep. Whenever I do a training, I always tell the teachers, get rid of those empty placeholders.
And then I end up like asking sometimes, like when we're in a group project, like, should I delete the empty placeholders? Because like sometimes they use the placeholders to do stuff, but sometimes the empty placeholders are just
distracting, because Jaws is always telling us how many there are. So let's go ahead and just pick this. The full bleed is really, really cool. If you have a lot of words, I typically suggest not having a full bleed, but in general,
this is one word, so
right. What? Just a few words. It looks really cool. You can see the whole picture. The soup, the letters are already in black, so it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and hit enter on this.
Enter. Frame. Document. Content edit. Multi-line read only. Type in text. Period. Computer. Braille. Applied layout.
But do tab to that empty placeholder and get rid of it.
Preview horizontal 1 of 4. To move through or expand items, use the arrow keys. Period.
Is this it or is this the image?
Keep tabbing. You'll hear it. Tab. That's your picture. Oh. Slow down. Yeah, you got. Hold on. You got to let your Jaws catch up with it. And on your browser.
It seems like I had to turn Braille support off to see I can have tab.
You do. Okay, hold on. So you'll also notice after you go in, and Explore always does need to be your absolute last thing that you do, because then you do have to go between your enabling Braille support and turn it off and get it back on, and it can become kind of a pain in the backside. Hit your delete key, get rid of that empty placeholder. So
multi-line read only. Type in text. Period. Computer.
Yeah.
Braille. Delete.
Clean it up. And now
Is this one of
three? Soup title. Image
see?
selected.
Soup and image. That's it.
Selected.
Oh, why are there?
Soup title selected. Soup title.
Oh, okay.
Image selected. Alt Control H. Document.
But what you have to realize is your Explorer options change, and they'll look even better now when you get rid of those empty placeholders. So if you know you forgot to get rid of those empty placeholders, hit escape out of Explorer, go back to your slide, clean up your slide first, get rid of those empty placeholders.
So then you don't have any ambiguity.
Right. So I want you to get back to Explorer, and I want you to select a new image background. So you can still do a bleed, but you're going to see, 4 times.
Close. Layouts, grid, title, center, align, overlay on full bleed image, period. Button to activate, press space bar, period.
So the
Title,
is...
center, align, overlay on full bleed image, period. Button to activate, press space bar.
It shows a full bleed image.
It is, but down arrow to the one you selected before, but now it has a smaller text box, down arrow.
And if you overlay the title on top of the image, does that make the image hard to see, or does that make the title hard to see, or what?
Yeah, it depends on how it's overlaid. The first one you chose, it does darken the picture, but if you down arrow, you're going to hear it's a full bleed.
Period. Full bleed image background, period. Button to activate, press space bar, period.
But it's lower left, and the words are a white box with black font on it, and the picture is not darkened. So you're right, it could, based on how the words are set up. So you do need to be,
The only major thing that sometimes is confusing about these is that it doesn't always say the color and like the
correct.
Background. Right. That it darkens an image, possibly.
But boom, we have come so far. And it just gets better and better and better all the time. But we do need to be giving feedback to the companies and the creators of these products so they can keep improving. Let's go ahead and hit enter on this, because I do want you to...
Application, control, document, content edit, multi-line read only, type in text, period. Computer, Braille, applied layout.
Before you do another slide, I do want you to put a title on this, and that really is the first thing you need to do all the time, is put a slide. But I just love doing slides, so I always want to get into there. But Alt F, your file is going to be one of the major things in R rename. If you don't know, R is renamed,
Name, edit 25, 1, located in my Drive Google Drive folder, located in my Drive Google Drive folder, located in my Drive Google Drive folder.
That's a great name, I don't know.
Yeah, it automatically renames it for you because it takes the first word in your first slide.
But that won't happen until you go to rename, because if you don't go to rename, it stays untitled document.
Correct, and it looks silly. So go ahead and hit enter on that, because you have to say, okay, that's what I want.
Enter. Content edit, multi-line read only, type in text, period. Computer, Braille.
Yep, and you're back.
Yeah, now I'm back on that slide.
Yep, so go ahead and add a new one. I want to see if you can do the next one all by yourself.
Preview horizontal slide. 3, auto layout, _2. Free of free. To move
What's
to expand and
auto
use 0
layout?
keys period. Insert slide index 3 with layout custom layout 2.
So it literally picked the layout of your last slide, which could be fine if you just want to do a title and an image. And you have to remember, you can direct this however you want. When you tab and you only hear there's one placeholder, you can put any amount of words in there that you want to put in there. And remember, and then you can put your image in there, and Explore will arrange it perfectly for you. Once again, that's what's so cool about this. So tab in, add a whole bunch of words. Just add a whole bunch of words.
Period. Enter. Document. Content. Arrow. Speech history. End selected. 11,000 data. Enter.
That's a whole bunch of words.
Left mark. Explore. Sidebar. Document. Paste this from clipboard.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking that might kill Explorer, but let's find out. That was a lot of words. I do want you to, that is a really, pulling up the virtual viewer is so great because it tells you everything that's going on in your document. That's especially important when you're up in your header, when it doesn't always tell you all that information. Anyway, see if all those words are going to kill your Explorer, because that is a boatload of words.
So just control. Should I delete the other text box first, or?
I don't think you have anything else in there. Go ahead and tab around. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, what's happening? I can't even do insert T now.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, you made your whole slides really mad. It's completely frozen your screen. I don't think you can add that much information. Slides are never meant to, I don't know how many words they're in. I didn't listen to that, but there's hundreds of words.
Arrow page has 2 regions.
No. Insert key. Insert key and listen, it's not responding.
Yeah.
Simple light radio button check 1 of 23. Untitled Google Chrome search taskbar menu activate press space bar period. Taskbar search box.
Windows M. Windows M. You need to just minimize everything.
Okay.
So this is a really good lesson. Your virtual viewer had hundreds and hundreds of words in there. Google Slides is not meant to have a book of information on a slide. So what would have been better is just have you type out like 10 words.
I accidentally, like with one of my older slides, somehow I accidentally pasted my entire virtual viewer in there, and then it's speech history, and then I couldn't ever load it because it just said unable to load file because there are too many words.
Right. So what's going to be interesting to see if we can delete this slide out. But if it's still not responding, we're going to.
Did it go to the desktop yet? I don't think so.
It actually did. Go ahead and Alt Tab, see if you can reopen your page.
Did Josh cry?
Oh, he's mad. He's really mad. Hit F5, see if you can refresh your page.
Okay.
I think it's mad. I think it's really mad. Nope, it's done. Alt F4. It's going to be good practice for you to go through the steps anyway. Boy, I love how he's not talking. On your brow display, what does it say?
I think it just says the same thing when I tab through it. It hasn't changed. Do you think JAWS is still
I think you're gonna have to turn on narrator. I think JAWS has crashed. So go ahead and Control Windows Enter. See if you can get narrator to talk.
OK button. Alt also exit Microsoft
Just
page
Alt
dialog.
Tab back.
25A1. Google Slides and one more page. Wait for the program to respond. Button. Microsoft Edge dialog.
Okay.
Microsoft Edge is not responding. Text.
Tap to
Reload.
close.
Close the program. You might lose. Close the program. Button.
And that's how you
Cancel.
deal with that. Yep. Perfect. And you just completely, and then go ahead and Control Windows Enter and turn narrator off.
Hitting narrator.
And then go ahead and turn your JAWS on. Windows 7 or whatever JAWS commands. Excellent. Okay. So let's go ahead and practice those commands again. You're just going to hit your start key, www. Slide document. And hit that caps lock twice and turn it off. Turn off your caps lock.
Caps lock off. Simple light radio button.
Okay.
1 of 23. Untitled presentation dash Google Slides. Left margin. Untitled presentation dash Google Slides. ID frame. Braille support enabled. To change the selection, press up or down arrow.
Yeah.
Themes complementary. Simple light radio button. Not checked. 1 of 23.
Down arrow. Pick a theme this time. Go ahead and down arrow and pick a theme.
End. Frame. Document. Document. Content edit multi-line read only. Preview horizontal.
You
Slide.
hit
One
escape?
comment.
I pressed end.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
it's the last one, but I don't know why.
Okay, so.
Can I press F6 or something?
No, you cannot. But when you're back in your tab once, let's find out where you're at.
Select text box. Preview horizontal. Text
Okay,
box.
hit escape out, applications key, go back to themes, and you're gonna up arrow to it. Hit escape though first. Escape out of your title. Escape.
Document. Content edit multi-line. Text box.
Applications key.
Shift F10. Context menu to navigate. Press up or down arrow period. Paste. Control plus V. 3 of 11.
And you can either up arrow, typically is faster to theme.
Right. Comment. Transition. Change. Theme. Apply. Layout. L. Black. Change. Theme. 8 of 11. Enter. Leaving menu to change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Themes. Complementary region. Simple. Light. Red. Frame. Document. Document.
Oh.
Content edit multi-line.
Down arrow. You have to down arrow to it.
Shift F11. Shift F10. Context menu. Leaving menus. Frame.
Okay,
Document. Document.
what are you doing?
Context menu. To navigate.
I still pressed the right arrow.
Comment. Transition. Change. Theme. 11 of 13.
Enter.
Leaving menus to change the selection. Press up to change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Simple. Dark. Right. To change the
I
selection.
don't
Press up or
like
down
how
arrow
it
period.
says to change the selection at the beginning every time, because then you have to wait.
To change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Focus. Radio button. Not. To change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Shift. Radio button. Not checked. 5 of 23.
What's shift? Is that like
Yeah, it just has a series of lines. It has a big border, blue, green, brown around it, and then I have no idea why they call it shift. And then brown letters.
Press up or down arrow period. Momentum. Radio button. Not checked. 6 of 23.
Yeah.
momentum?
I don't know. I'm thinking of all the theories that are out there, and it's like it looks like nothing Einstein put out. But yeah, so they're zeros and circles.
Zeros? Ah.
Well, I guess there's circles. I guess you could call them a zero because a zero is a circle. But there's circles, and then there's like a bar graph, and then white letters. I have no idea how they came up with these words.
That just sounds like maybe that would be applicable to science, but if you're like writing an English essay and there's a bar graph, that would be confusing.
Yeah, it's that.
To change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Paradigm. Radio button. Not
What's
checked. 7 of 23.
paradigm?
Paradigm. I know. I have no idea. Why can't it say blue font, in diagonal line, top white, bottom? I guess it's a black color. Why couldn't it have said that? I have paradigm. That does not. We already know what a paradigm is. We changed the paradigm, so it has nothing. I have no idea how they came up with these words. Anyway, that arrow.
Yeah.
I know.
To change the selection. Press up or down arrow period. Material. Radio button. Not checked. 8 of 23.
Material. That's
Material.
very specific.
White font, bluish background. Yeah, I don't know.
So not like a super high amount of contrast, but like it's
No, it looks like you're folding up the corner of an envelope or a piece of paper at the very bottom corner. Material. Once again, I have no idea how they came up with these words. I have no idea. Yeah. So let me give you directions, because you are going to do a presentation for me, and you are going to impress me with your skills.